we have in front of us is the Mcree Pro Go, which is a collaboration not with just Numark, but with multiple companies under the same umbrella, which is in music brand. So when we're looking at the Numark Mixstream Pro Go, you see a lot of similarities to another unit that is under that in music brand conglomerate, which is the MPC Live 2. Similar to the MPC Live 2, the Numark Mixstream Go Pro is a portable unit that has a lithium-ion battery and speakers. You don't need a laptop to use this DJ controller, making it truly unique off top. Speaking of which, I did not get this unit from AKAI clearly because this is a Numark unit, and I did not get it from InMusic brand either. However, I will have an affiliate link in the description box, and I acquired this from Zounce.com, but I think you should make your own decision. I will just give you some of my pros and cons and opinions about this unit without any type of influencing, okay? On the back of this unit, you have two different outputs. The first one being XLR out, and the other one being RCA, which that's what we'll use in this video. So that's what the sound quality will be. And then you have your sources where you can put in an SD card right here, which that's what I'm using in this video. And you have two USB ins, so you can plug up flash drives or hard drives. You can also plug this up to your computer. However, I'm not aware if you can use Serato with this if you happen to want to use a laptop or something like that. And then you have the DC in where you can actually plug up your MPC Live 2's power jack into it, or the MPC X or 1. And then you have a charging indicator just in case, and then your power button. On the front of the Mixstream Pro, you have two headphone jacks where you can plug in a 1/4 inch jack or an 1/8 inch jack, which I think that's always great to have on any kind of unit, a choice between the two, because we always lose these sun guns right here. And then we have a 1/4 inch jack for the microphone, which I'm pretty sure you want to know what that quality sounds like for the microphone. So the microphone that I'm using is this. And just to show proof that I'm using a microphone that is like a stage mic or whatever, this is how it sounds like. I don't have my lapel microphone hooked up yet. And this is the lapel microphone that I use in every one of my videos. The difference is night and day in terms of sound quality, but I'm not tripping off of that. I hope in a future update that you will be able to go into your settings in which you can set up your microphone to the actual effects, at least the echo effect. That would be great. Speaking of options, the Mixstream Pro Go has a whole bunch. I mean, you would hit this button right here, this cogwheel button, and then you can choose to quantize, unquantize. I won't get into the full detail of these features, but it has a pretty decent amount of things that you can do at this moment. And the simple fact that you can have your own user profile and go and dial in the settings the way that you want, and it will save it just the way you like after you turn it off. And when you turn it back on, it will return. It's pretty decent for what it is. And then they have other things like you can plug it up to a light system and so forth with the respected lights that work for this. And you have the choice to use this via Wi-Fi. And the Wi-Fi feature does the following. So this unit is called the Mixstream Pro for a reason, and that's because you can go wireless and use Tidal, Beatport, Beat Source linked. A really big shout out to my guy Mojax and all the people over there at DJ City and Beat Source and SoundCloud. Also, you have the ability to link your personal cloud, which is your Dropbox, so it has Dropbox functionality. And then the other reason why you would have Wi-Fi on a unit like this is to update the firmware wirelessly, because Lord and behold, that is the biggest issue for most people, including myself, when you have to update something via the computer. If you even know how to do that, it is still quite tedious. As you can imagine, this screen is touch, as I have showed you a little bit of. So it's a touch screen, capacitor screen, much like the MPC Live 2. And you can use it to search for a part of the song. You can skim through things, and you can go and browse your library, in which all you have to do is hit view, and then you have access to your SD card or whatever source that you are hooked up to. And one of the biggest things about searching for songs on here that I do like, even if you practice, it will pull up all the songs that you played in the past, just in case you want to make a playlist for later. And also you can use autoplay on this unit just in case, you know, you want to do something else and then go in between different sets and stuff like that and give yourself a break. So that is very good, as well as a history of all the stuff that you have done, and you can navigate to your folders and so forth. All this is pretty easy, simple, and you can use either the touchscreen or this browser button, which is pretty simple and sweet to use. You would just have to click down on this browser knob right here, and you can use the back button to exit back out and so forth. It just depends on what your natural workflow is. You can also search for songs too as well. All you have to do is just hit this right here, which is the magnifying glass, and type in things just like the MPC Live 2. And it's pretty simple to do so. I'm just typing in stuff right now so you can see and clear it out. I think it's quite obvious that the biggest selling point for this unit is that it's portable with speakers built on it. So how is the quality of the speakers? I'll use this microphone and let you judge for yourself. So I have the microphone right here, so you can see it. I'm tapping it and I'm pressing play, and the unit is playing. You can hear that there's nothing plugged up. Now let's turn up the volume right here and turn the volume up. Down. Yeah, bruh, they're pretty damn loud. I'm shocked too. So the overall UI of this unit is pretty simple to understand. I mean, you have 2 decks. It's a 2-channel mixer. So the first thing I want to talk about is the headphone jack is controlled right here. I do not have it plugged in, but you can control the headphone jacks right over here, and you can check out your cues and do this typical things that you would do with a DJ controller. You have your filter section, which is correlated in the same areas right here, and I'll demonstrate that. And now we are plugged up through the RCA, so that way you know that the sound quality is from here, and it's pretty loud. So, you know, just messing with a couple of things right here on the unit. You have a smart scratch feature that is right over here. And as you can hear, it continuously plays, versus if you turned it off, then it will continually play like a normal DJ controller would do. So that's just maybe one thing that people might like. I like to have it off. The other functionalities of this deck are highlighted with things that you can do with the shift button. Like if you turn sync on, then you would have to turn sync off by pressing shift and sync. And the shift button, you better get to know it because it will help you. You can also do shift and then set this track back. And then you can also go back and set your cue link and stuff like that. If you press play and then you press shift, then you have the stutter effect right here, which you can manually do. Just in case you wanted to do that. Over here, you have different button functionalities like cue. Like if I set up a cue, if I was doing a song, and if I wanted to just add a cue. And yes, these pads feel pretty decent. Kind of comparable to the MPC Live 2, but I think they're kind of off a little bit. And if you wanted to get rid of your cues or any of the stuff that you save, you will hold shift and you will get rid of them. You also can do save loops. So if you wanted to make a loop, then you can have a save loop. And you can turn them off. And then you can erase it as well. Then you have auto loops. And they all just change the actual size of that loop, of how long it loops or whatnot. And it's pretty functional due to the fact that the Engine DJ software is pretty good at what it does. Then you have roll, which does this. And you can predict what you want just by double tapping, and you can change the increments on the screen. So as you can see me tapping on roll, you can change the increments. And the same can be said about auto looping as well. Or if you press and hold, you can change stuff as well as far as your auto loops. With the save loops, if you press and hold, you can change the continuous play. And then on Q, if you press and hold Q, then you can set up different cues as well. So you can actually have access to more cues. So now I'm on Q links 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you do, just because you have 4 pads doesn't mean that you don't have access to 8 different slots. And just in case if you're wondering, does this have sound effects like any other Serato DJ controller? The answer is yes. You would just have to press shift and roll. And then you have a choice between the typical siren, the fresh, that sound, and air horn. And you can also press shift again and it'll bring up some drums too as well. So right here is kick, snare, clap, and hats. And I believe that's about it. You can also go into view, and if you press view and browse, you can change and add more samples or change the samples that are in these slots. Now back to that pitch fader. This is annoying as hell. All right, so in this scenario, I'll be mixing, this song with another song. So, it's some pretty easy functionality. I'll just say, let's load up this into deck A. And then, I'll just do a typical blend using the sync button, the button that everybody loves to use, right? And then I'll just cue it in. This is where things get a little weird with this actual pitch, even though I did like a decent transaction. So let's just say I want to get out of this and just get out of sync on deck B, get out of sync. And then let's just do 12 bricks, and 12 bricks is at 69. I don't want to sync that in. That's where something weird happens with the pitch wheel, where I would mess with the pitch fader, mind you, not pitch wheel. And yeah. Even though you can reset the pitch fader to where you can have the sync come in correctly or turn sync off, it becomes a little annoying. I just wanted to show that. So yeah, perhaps they'll fix that in a future update. It's not that big of a deal, even in its current state right now. Mixing on this is pretty decent. So let's just say I have this track on here, which is, if I wanted to cue it in there, I would just make sure that I have the song and I can double tap and it will continuously play to the other side, just in case you're a DJ that doesn't want to blend stuff in or whatever, or perhaps you do and you want to go to the very beginning of the song and then do that. And then you set your cue points up, and as you can see, that highlighted on both sides. And then I can, just do what I do normally. So. And, it's free flowing. And again, I said the jog wheels are pretty decent. You just got to make sure that you don't push. If you push, then it'll sound like this right here. And I pushed it a little bit. I'm kind of conscious to it now. And as you can see, I'm a little off. And you can just continue to go and maybe just pick out another song, stop it, load, and you have all the things that you want to go. It's still synced up, so I just set up a cue point, Use the filter, use effects. And go about your business. And these different effects, you know, you can use like the echo effect, you can use hold or on. The on will make it flip back. You can adjust it right over here. So if you want more echo, you can do that. Flange, do that. Let's put it in hold and allow that to happen. Delay, phaser, and so forth. Just gotta be mindful of it. What I will do is ramp up the volume a little bit, and I have noticed a little bit of a jump in the volume that happens. Make sure that you reset everything. This ain't a tutorial or anything like that. And then that's why I talk about the EQs. So you can get rid of the bass, get rid of the mids, get rid of the tremble. However, this is not full kill. And I think that's quite disappointing that it's not full kill. Well, I don't know why it wouldn't be that. But overall, it's a pretty good experience. There's a lot of good that I can say about this unit, and there are a few things that I want to complain about. So starting off with the good, the fact that this is a portable unit, though it doesn't fit into a bag, it's not really tiny. This is very good for concentrated DJ practice and just for performances and small house parties too as well. And that's one of the things that I like about a unit like this. Not to mention, you know, modern day music production or modern day DJing, where you can plug this up to any kind of phone that you want, given that you have the audio interface like an iRig or something like that. And you can do your performances anywhere that you want. So given that everybody has a phone and the fact that you can DJ at any given environment makes DJing fun again. And that's the biggest thing about DJing. If you're not having fun while you're DJing, you're more than likely not gonna be happy about it. Now the price point of this unit is a pretty decent price point given that the MPC Live 2, when it originally dropped, was $1,200. This unit right here is $800 plus. Now, is it as easy and budget friendly as something like the Mixstream Pro, a DJ controller that I barely ever use outside of the review? No, it's not that price point, and it's for a reason. I mean, a lithium ion battery. You basically have your DJ engine software right here, which is phenomenal and makes me happy for the future of AKAI based products, given that this is a collaboration type deal. And you can see from the engine DJ software that there are a lot of similarities to the MPC software firmware that is on the standalone units. Boy, I'm much excited for anything that's gonna drop out of the M Music brand conglomerate. Fuck what everybody else got to say. Now, the fact that the pitch knobs or the pitch knobs just being tiny, I don't like that. And not to mention when you're DJing and you get out of sync, that is annoying as hell that you have to flip the freaking pitch knob up and down. Just the pitch fader just, oh my God, it's annoying. I ain't gonna lie to you, but you'll get used to it. And the jog wheels are okay. I mean, out of all the collaborations that they had with this particular unit, you would think since Rain is a part of the M Music brand that they would do something with the jog wheels. I mean, that's one of the things I would have hoped for. However, we all get the vibes here. Like I said, this is $800. People are complaining about it. The MPC Live 2 is $1,200. People were kind of used to that. People still complain about that too as well. Add Rain to the mix, the price point would have jumped. And who knows what's gonna come down the line. You know, Rain is synonymous with expensive. But yeah, the unit in itself is good and the battery life is fantastic. I've got up to about 4 hours of battery life. And you know, there are things that I kind of digress, but as far as the software goes, it is pretty damn good. No effects on the microphone. They can fix that in the update. I'm gonna complain about it. To the right of me, I have more content for that ass. Make sure that you subscribe. Do you want more Mixstream Pro Go? You know what? I'm gonna have more content for this anyways. I don't give a damn on all my social media. So make sure that you check the links in the description box as well as the affiliate link if you like this review. I would greatly appreciate it. Peace.